Coming at you live from New Delhi, India. It's a Q&A. Cold email Q&A. The reason why I'm doing them today, normally I do our email 10K call for the next hour. It's an hour and a half long call we do every single week, talking about cold email, digging into cold email. You know, I love cold email. I'm a cold email guy. I'm a cold email king, all right? And this is normally what we do, but this call was only a half hour because it was a post-wedding call, and I think people weren't sure if we were going to have this call or not. But you know we did, and it lasted a half hour. So we got 1 full hour booked on my calendar, and I want to use this time. I want to dedicate this time to you being the viewer at home. You know, and I got stuff to talk about here, all right? We got a few big announcements off the bat. This is called post-wedding cold email Q&A. So announcement number 1, I'm a married man now, all right? Number 1, I'm married. My wife is beautiful. She's the most beautiful, attractive person that I know in multiple ways, not just in not just looks-wise, but also, you know, caring, smart, beautiful woman. Pablo says, congrats on that. How was the wedding? Steve says, hey, congrats, happy marriage life. So that's 1. Let me show you some pictures here of what we got there. This is news 1, and I've forgotten news 2, but that's okay. I'll remember what I was trying to say in 1 second. So let me share this here. I'll just share the entire screen. And there we go. So my wife is here. You can see we just got married. This is us. It was a full Hindu ceremony up in Chamba, North India. So I got to wear the turban and everything. It was a Hindu Sikh wedding. Her whole family was there. My family flew out to India. It was very, very good. Very fun. So that's 1. And I forgot the second piece of news. But yeah, that's where I am right now. And now, got a lot of people in here. So let's do a cold email Q&A. Tom Beam says, congrats. You're welcome. Thanks, bro. Tommy Howell, congrats. Congrats. Thanks, guys. This is cool. 2,000 people showed up to this wedding. It was freaking ridiculous. 2,000 people. And they were up on and I got the Mendi still in my hand from the wedding. So Indian wedding, you get this drawing on your hand. You get this wristband you have to wear. Those other jewelry too. But I'm not as religious as my wife. My wife's still wearing the bangles, all this jewelry that she still has to wear. Oscar says, congrats. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm hyped up. Okay, so with that being said, now that I've forgotten the second piece of news, let's just do an open Q&A. We got 58 minutes. Is that correct? Let me look at the calendar. 58 minutes. Whatever you want to talk about business-wise, SaaS sales, anything you want. Anything you want, I can talk about. I'll do a little more update. Okay, here's update number 2. I remembered actually what update number 2 is. I'll just give you a business update. So right now, I know I haven't talked about Omni that much. You can see in our ProfitWell, Omni is currently at 9,500 MRR, 199 customers paying us right now, which is good. And then our sales team is ramping up. So in the last 4 weeks, Omni closed 17,000. We need like a good 2 closes. If we get 2 closes, we can beat last month's 22,009, or really 24,000. So that's good. Omni right now is at a good 20K MRR, which is pretty good for a business that's still technically in beta and still being built, right? The cold email stuff works, the cold text stuff works, but Omni doesn't even have the LinkedIn built, doesn't have the Twitter built yet, doesn't have the gifting yet. And so to hit 20K MRR, 20K on that SaaS is pretty cool. Riddick says, your wife's from India. Yes, she's from Chamba. Hey, Alex, joined Omni last week and started my first campaign. That's so cool. That's amazing. Oscar says, congratulations. Of course, bro. Tushar says, you didn't invite me to your wedding. Everyone who got the invite was invited. It's an Indian wedding, dude. If you were in Chamba, you would have seen it. You would have seen it happen. Okay, let's go. What is the best way to write icebreakers for cold emails? The actual absolute best way is using the icebreakers inside of Taplio, taplio.com. I trained these myself, all right? I went through 400. I wrote 400 custom first lines based on LinkedIn profiles, and we put them inside of Taplio to use for our training data. I'm the only I'm the this is the only app that has custom first lines trained by this guy here, Alex Berman. So if you want these nice short cold email first lines, then Taplio is the best on the market. It's better than Quick Lines. It's better than Line. You know, it's better because these guys, Quick Lines, they'll do like 2 sentences for their first lines. Line the same way, like they all use the same BS. And I was just like, screw that. Let's make no first line longer than 8 words. How about that? And that's everything that Taplio does. So I'm not even affiliated with Taplio anymore. I sold the company, but they still have the best cold email first lines, the best icebreakers, and actually using icebreakers, which is a term coined by Guillaume, CEO of Lemlist, who now owns Taplio. So that's good. You're still supporting Guillaume. You're still supporting them. Congratulations, bro, from Pakistan. Yeah, got married right on the Pakistan border. Chamba borders Pakistan and China up in the Himalayan mountains. It was super nice. So thank you, Nazkat. How to start a business without money. Come up with an offer. So, hey, you don't. So what is a business? A business is selling something to people and making a profit on it, right, at its base level. So how do you start a business without money? Well, number one, you decide what you're going to sell. The cheapest thing to sell is your time, because time is free, especially if you don't have any money. So come up with some kind of service. Are you doing, Twitter ghostwriting? Are you doing cold email for people? Are you managing Facebook ads? What are you doing, right? Come up with a service and then make a list of people that would buy that service from you and then send them pitches. Pitch that list, whether it's through Twitter DM or LinkedIn message or cold email or cold calling or walk-ins. That's it. Come up with a service with a price on it, make a list of people that would buy it, go pitch those people. And that's it. That's all you need. Mahul, has LeadShark changed to Omni Leads now? Yes, LeadShark has officially been acquired by First Principles and is now part of Omni.us, and it is going to be Omni Leads from now on. Let's see if that site is live. I saw the design of it recently, and I really liked the site. Let's see if we can get it up. LeadShark. Yes, now it's Omni Leads, formerly LeadShark. Look how this site is beautiful. I like it. All the search filters are here. Full integration with Omni.us as well. So you can pop in and you can actually just hop in for whatever, $49 a month. A bunch of leads in here, 50 cents a lead, 98 leads a month for $50 a month. And you can also get 25 bonus leads for free. So very good. I like LeadShark. LeadShark's a nice throwback. And now it's part of Omni.us, which I like even better. I like even better because anytime you can sell a SaaS, it's good. We're at 5 exits now, 5 SaaS exits in the last year. I didn't even have any SaaS until 2022. Now it's 2023. We've got 5 SaaSes that we sold, including Taplio. We sold for 7 figures, and LeadShark we sold for 6 figures. So a little bit of cash in the bank right now. Feeling a lot of confidence. Feeling a lot of confidence from that cash. Pablo, I have one question I haven't been able to get a response to. What email host server tends to return more bounces, or is it the worst to cold email to? That's the wrong question to be asking. So the best way to reduce your cold email bounces is to just run it through an email verification tool. So if you're using verified leads, if you're using a tool like LeadShark or UpLead, they have verification built in. Otherwise, you want to use something like either NeverBounce, which I'll give you right here, NeverBounce, which is owned by ZoomInfo, or Million Verifier, and just make sure that all of your leads are run through these, and that'll reduce your bounce rate. The question you're asking, Pablo, about I think I can just remove it like that. The question you're asking, Pablo, about the email host server, like, oh, if I send to Outlook, is it more likely to bounce? Oh, if I send to Zoho, is it more likely to bounce? It's the wrong question to be asking. The right question to be asking is, how do I write a cold email campaign that's going to get responses? How do I build a lead list that is most likely to answer? And then how do I clean those leads and organize those leads so that I don't get marked as spam? That's all you need to do. And I wouldn't worry about any of the advanced tactics at that until all of that is locked in. Tommy, nice work on Omni. Yes, only the beginning. I think valuation right now, well, I mean, we raised the crowdfunding at a $12 million valuation. I would say Omni's worth a little less than that just based on the revenue. But, 12 million valuation, sick. I'll take it. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but I think it'll get to the 12 million valuation by the end of the year and surpass it. Dave, I was looking into using Omni, but had some questions. Yeah, shoot, go for it. Shelly, congrats for your marriage. Thank you. My wife and me are a great couple, great power team, and that's what I really like. I can show you this. Not only are we a power team, but we coordinate our outfits as well. You know, you can see we're in green. This is Robert and Diana, my co-founder at Omni and X27 and everything. Robert Indresh here, and Diana, his wife. We're all in India right now for this wedding. Sarfez, congrats, happy marriage to you. Thank you, sir. Hey, Steve, better than SmartWriter. Taplio's first lines are the absolute best in the business. And I know because I trained them myself and because everybody else sucks at writing first lines. You know, who better to train the algorithm than the guy who invented the first line, right? And I gained nothing monetarily because I already sold Taplio. So believe me, if there was a way that I could recommend something that I was making money on, I would. But Taplio is the absolute best for first lines in the business. Shelly, I'm also from India. Lucky man got married to an Indian girl. Yes. I am very lucky. Okay, Laura says a framework including mail, LinkedIn, calling. What are your thoughts? Yeah, that's an omni-channel approach. So what I would typically do and what we train our salespeople to do is approach on all channels wherever people are. So I would actually stack this different. I would say when they come in, you're going to have their email and you're going to have their phone number. And if you're reaching out on LinkedIn as well, you can do it every morning, 2 hours of cold calling a day. So you go through the whole list every single morning, all the way down. This is what we train our whole sales team to do as well. Every single morning. And we'll have an Excel spreadsheet where basically if we've called them, they're yellow. And then once they've picked up the call, then they turn green. And if the call, if a number is invalid, then it's red. And you basically will keep hitting the same list every single day forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until the whole list is either green or red. And it never is the whole list, right? It's always almost, it's always going to be yellow by definition as long as you're adding new leads. So calling for 2 hours a day. Of course, you're sending cold emails to these guys. And then, yes, if you want to send LinkedIn messages, those are my thoughts. I would say hit them on other channels too. Twitter DMs, for instance, are slept on, right? If you can find their personal Twitter account, you send them a little DM. Nobody's doing that. Very few people are doing that. And it's been able to generate massive results for a lot of people that I know. Tommy, hey, you doing anything with ChatGPT? I'm finding some great use from it lately. I've been playing around with ChatGPT, yeah. My wife's jealous. She thinks I'm dating ChatGPT because I'm talking to it for 90 hours a day. I've been using it for everything from like religious questions to medical questions to writing cold emails. I actually used it today on something I can show you. I'll go back to the screen share because why not? Keep it interesting. So our other YouTube channel, our food channel, Every Burger in Vegas, hit 1,000 subs recently. And I wanted to celebrate, but I didn't want to do anything. And so I had ChatGPT write this entire post. So I was like, hey, write this YouTube community post as host Alex Berman of Every Burger in Vegas talking about how we hit 1,000 subscribers. And it just wrote this beautiful letter here that's just getting all these comments. And, 4 comments is big for this channel here. We're only 1,000 subs on Every Burger in Vegas. That's what I'm using it for. And we're using it for our copywriting as well, for our email campaigns. You can't really trust it, as much. It still needs human input, but one day it's going to take over. My wife was furious in the car today because we were just only talking about AI for like 3 hours, because I do think it is the future. Alarakta says, hello, sir. Hello. Ehab, what's your cold email stack of tools? I use Omni Leads, Omni.us, and that's it. Those are the only two, because Omni Leads gives me the leads and Omni.us gives me the sending. If I want high volume cold email leads, then I will use Apollo, which is, unlimited cold email leads for $99, high volume cold email leads. And then if I want to use, verification, then I'm going to use Million Verifier or Never Bounce, but you don't really need much more than that. For setting up the actual email campaigns, I'm using either Zoho and GoDaddy if we want to do like high volume quickly, or if we're just sending, regular, let's say we're setting up like 10, 20 accounts, then I'll use Google Workspace and Google Domains. That's my stack. It's Google Workspace, Google Domains has been treating us well for the last like 5-6 years. Since it was G Suite. So it works. Zoho is pretty cool because you can actually automate the setup of the email. So get DMARC and everything set up automatically, which is super cool. And that's my full stack as it is right now. Currently, Omni's sending 60,000 cold emails a month. So some gurus out there are like, oh, they're not even sending cold emails, blah blah blah. We're sending 60,000 cold emails a month for Omni, and we're about to ramp up to 150,000. And if you think those numbers are small, then you should come on this channel and we should talk about it, because that means you're sending more than that. And I want to learn from you. Here we go. Sarfraz, share some tips here. How can I increase my fuel station to sell this locally business? This sounds like a B2C, business to consumer question. I only specialize in business to business commerce, which is businesses selling to other businesses. Hello, sir. I have a good expert lead generation. Very cool. Hey, Steve, is there any other good warm-up tool than Lemwarm? I can't do more than 40 warm-ups daily. Yes. Yeah, OmniWarm, bro. Unlimited cold email warm-up for $39 a month. Going over to OmniWarm, omni.us/warm. We got you hooked up, bro. We got you covered here. Got everything you need over at omni.us. And actually, the main Omni package, which is only $49, has unlimited sending, unlimited inboxes. So for the price of one Lemlist, you can actually send to unlimited. You want to send 100,000 cold emails this month? It's only $49 over at Omni, and unlimited warm-ups and everything. So I would check that out if I were you guys. Omni.us. Specifically, I would check it out, Steve. If you are a Lemlist customer, you're going to be blown away by the cost savings, especially if you're more than one account with Lem. Samir, at what point is it safe to include links in a follow-up sequence? I would not ever include links in a follow-up sequence. Remember, the entire point of a cold email is to get people to book a meeting. So respond and book a meeting with you. And they can't respond and book a meeting with you if they're clicking links. Now, there are, that's the rule. And then there's exceptions. Like Solly, who's in Email 10K, is killing it with a funnel where she's just sending people an image of herself over to her landing page. And that's been doing pretty well for her. So there are exceptions to every rule, but it depends on the goal of the campaign. And so if we're just giving a hard and fast answer, I would say never include any links in your cold emails. Hassan, how do you get decision makers' phone numbers? Use a lead database. Just hit up LeadShark, hit up Apollo, or Omni Leads, and Apollo, and you'll be good to go. You have everything. Best way to find developers to build a SaaS? Upwork. Hey, thanks for the $5. Someone's giving me $5, dude. Roble, what up, dude? In your experience, how many cold emails to send until you get a sale? It completely depends on your offer and everything else. So Roble asked, how many cold emails to send until you get a sale? The fastest or the smallest amount we did was when we were selling the original Email 10K or the original X27 offer, which was the $12,000 marketing audit. And for that one, it was in such high demand that I was sending 40 cold emails a week, legit 40 cold emails a week. And, almost all of them were booking calls. Let's say we would book like 11, 12 calls off of 40 cold emails, and then 4 or 5 of those would close. So this was the original run we're going on. We closed $600,000 in 30 to 60 days, maybe 60 days total. And so that worked really well. Sometimes though, you got to send 60,000 cold emails before you get a sale. It all depends. And if you're having to send 60,000, 70,000, like if you're having to turbo ram Levy style, then something may be wrong with your offer, right? Because you really want to find that combination. You want to find something that is really good and really niched and gets responses, and then you ramp it up. So I still recommend that same strategy of create a small email list first. Let's say a list of even 20. Write those emails manually, write those pitches manually, and get those responses first. Because once you have that winning script, then you can ramp up to 100. Then you can ramp up to 1,000. Then you can even turbo ram 40,000 a month or 60,000 a month, because you know that it actually works. And that's it. Sometimes it takes one cold email to get a sale, and sometimes it takes 30,000. So you just got to know. You just got to get in the arena. Royce, I just finished reading yesterday Cold Email Manifesto and implemented. I saw a response coming. Very cool. Isn't that amazing? You know, you get a book for 99 cents and it actually makes you money and unlocks the key. That's all we wanted with Cold Email Manifesto. I just wanted people to see the joy. See the joy that cold email can bring. And it was all there for $1 on Amazon. Still there. Still a bestseller. Still a bestseller on Amazon. Allah, Upwork profile link. Please send me contracts so I can start work. You're a goofball. Why are you married to an Indian girl? Because I fell in love. Sagnik Jano, what's the time, bro? It's 11:19 p.m. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, this is supposed to be a paid email 10K call. But I think because I was married, like nobody jumped on the call except for a couple people. And so I did the call with Daniel. I was talking to Daniel for a long time. And then I popped on here, and that's why we're here. Dave Zuniga, what are the best industries to engage in cold emailing to? Any business-to-business company will buy via cold email. That's it. If they're buying from other businesses, it's good. Any sort of business. We got a paid chat here from Raymond Thomas. Raymond says, I want to use cold email to get merchant cash advance leads. How would you go about this? Merchant cash advance leads. I would try to identify the type of company that would buy this. So is there a company size that is more likely to do cash advance? Is there, and I'm thinking only B2B because that's all I do, right? Merchant cash advance leads. Is there a company size that's more likely to work with third-party merchants, for instance? Is there an industry more likely to, be higher risk, right? Like, why are they using your service? Is it because they're not getting approved by the other banks? And then you'd think about, well, what kind of company wouldn't be getting approved by the other banks? Well, are they in sketchy industries? Are they in industries, like gambling or like pornography, et cetera, that's going to be thrown out by the other guys? Like, how would you, that's what I would think about. I'd think about who is going to buy this and then send directly to them. That's step 1 through 10. It's all there. Eob, I don't understand why people don't use Apollo for lead generation. So Apollo falls victim to the database problem. ZoomInfo had the exact same thing happen, except ZoomInfo is madder about because I was paying $2K a month instead of $100 a month. But the database problem basically is this. It's you have a database of 150 million leads, right? Even if you update 1 million leads a day, there are going to be leads in that database that are 150 days old. And you're not updating 1 million leads a day. You're updating, 30,000 leads a day, 40,000 leads a day. So the problem with gigantic databases like Apollo, like ZoomInfo, and like most of these databases like Uplead, all these guys, is the leads just aren't updated frequently enough. So this is why I still recommend, if you're building lead lists, to do it manually if at all possible. Like not even using OmniLeads, not even using anything. Like hire somebody on Upwork to build your lead list manually. And people, I've been talking about this for a while, and some people think, when I say buy leads on Upwork, they think I mean go to Upwork and hire somebody to download leads from Apollo for you, right? And that's what it's become. But no, you want somebody sitting there and building your lead list manually. Let's say you're building a list of agency leads. You want them to go to Clutch and find the name, and then go to the website and find the owner, and then run the email through a verification software until you get the email. Like do that manually. That's what I'm talking about. And you can find people in India to do that for $200-$300 a month full time. You can find people on Upwork to do it for $3 to $4, whatever the minimum on Upwork is, $4 or $5 an hour full time. And so that's all you need. I wouldn't use, like, you can use Apollo for mass lead generation, but if you really need something to hit, you need to build those lead lists manually. Eric, is your marriage hard due to language barrier? No, my wife speaks fluent English. She's very smart. She speaks 10 languages and has 2 master's degrees. Lead Ace, any tips on best practices to write personalized first lines? Yeah, check out the video we did on first lines. I think you can just search it. Let's see. Go to YouTube, search Alex Berman, first lines, and then watch this one from 4 years ago. This is the best one that I like. Jeez. Who let me dress like this? Me is the answer. Why do I look like such a goof? But yeah, I would look at the 4 years ago Alex, not the 1 year ago Alex, for this one. But this tells you exactly what to do with your custom first lines here. Rayan asks, what do you sell? Our main business right now is called omni.us, and it's a cold email sending tool. But it also does omni-channel outreach. So it lets you do cold texting right now, and soon it's going to let you do everything. From LinkedIn outreach to Twitter DMs to handwritten notes, voicemail drops, everything like that. That's what I sell, Rayan. Laura says, smiley face. I agree. I agree with that. Vignesh says, I have 50% open rates, but no reply. Typically what that means is your email, there's something wrong with your email itself. 50% open rates means your subject line works and your lead list is of decent quality. So you're sending it to people, they're seeing the email and they're just bouncing. They're just running away as fast as they can from the email. So what is it about your email, right? Look at your email. What is it about your email that is making people turn off? And if you can fix that, typically it's shortening the email and using the 3 C's approach. So compliment them on what they're doing, then show a case study that proves that you've done work like what you're pitching them in the past, and then call to action, ask them for a meeting. And make sure your email follows the 3 C's, make sure it's short, and that's a good start. That's a good place to start. If you have more in-depth, advanced questions, you can actually sign up for Omni, and you get a free onboarding call where we'll basically walk you through exactly how to do this. That's Vignesh. What to do? Hey, Steve, check your spam score if your mails are going to spam or promotions folder or not. Yeah, exactly. And you can do that here. Let me show you here. Hang on. No. So you can actually do that right here. Let me go back here. You can actually do that right with Mail Tester. It's free, and then there's a paid version as well. And you just basically send an email to this address, and then it'll tell you your spam score right there. Another way to do that is just run OmniWarm, and it'll tell you how you are. Anarch says, congrats, mate, on the wedding. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kelvin, what's your advice for someone starting a lead gen agency? Get really, really good at lead gen, right? There's too much competition in this world for people that are bad at lead gen. It might be so simple. You might think it's so simple to just promise the world, like, hey, I'm going to find this lead and I'm going to promise them 30 meetings in a week for only $3,000. And if I don't get results, I'll refund them. And guess what? You'll get the $3,000. But what are you going to do in a week when you don't have those leads because you promised nonsense? You promised too much. Are you going to actually refund them? I hope you do. I hope you learn. But I know you won't refund them. Or you'll have spent too much money and you'll end up losing money. So that's my main advice is if you're selling lead generation, know that it is a very competitive industry and get really, really, really good at lead generation. The best way to do that is through building your agency itself. So if you're trying to spin up cold email campaigns, then do it for yourself first. Get some meetings on the calendar, and that way it works before you close your first guy. And go slow. Close one client. Do some good work for them. Make sure they're extremely happy. Make sure you're good, and then close another one and another one, and grow that way. Ryan says, "Dang well, I agree." Georg says, "Can I ask a question about Instagram DMs?" Of course. Eric, how did you meet your wife, and why did you prefer someone from not your culture? I met my wife. She says at work. I met her on Bumble, which is online dating, and I prefer Indian women because they are better in all ways than American women. My wife only had one sip of alcohol her whole life. She never even ate at a restaurant until she was 19 years old. It was Domino's Pizza, and then she was so embarrassed that she ate outside the house that she called her mom crying. And there's something to that I really like, right? Like you ask my wife what the worst thing she did ever in her life, and it's like, oh, I went to Domino's without my mom's permission. You ask an American girl what the worst thing they ever did in their life, and tell me what they say. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like her. Kelvin, what email worm are you currently using? I'm using OmniWorm. Pragadishon says, hi, Alex. Hi. And Alex says, why didn't you invite me to your wedding? Dude, everyone was invited. You should have heard. It was in Chamba. Hassan, how many emails can we send daily using G Suite? Their hard limit is 3,000 a day. I would not send 3,000 a day. I would send like 50 cold emails a day. And if you want to send more than that, spin up more accounts, and you can easily do that in Omni for one low price. I am in B2B SaaS sales, basically an affiliate partner to some SaaS, not able to figure out how to sell SaaS. Oh, bro, SaaS is a tough business to be in, as someone who's a, 5-exit SaaSpreneur, including a 7-figure exit. If it's not selling itself, I wouldn't be in that business, right? Because we've had some SaaS like BotFuse. We had a chat app, and it didn't matter what we tried. It seemed like it was impossible to get anyone on. And then we had Taplio, where it just grew by itself, and Omni, where it grew by itself, and LeadShark, where it was growing by itself, but just not making enough money. Then we increased the price, and it was growing by itself. So that's what I'm going to tell you, Selma. If you can't figure out how to sell SaaS, it's not you. Typically, it is the company itself is hard to sell. And luckily, if you're just an affiliate, you can find a new one. It should sell itself, man. And I know it's hard to explain, but all good businesses just grow without you having to do any work at all. And that's that. Our Twitter got banned on Omni, or my Twitter got hacked in the last 3 weeks, and it got rebranded as @JackButcher. But did our Omni sales go down? No, they went up. You know why? Because it's just automatically growing. And that's what a good business does. Pragadesh says, I want to find Amazon sellers, but on the website and LinkedIn, hard to find. Some of the sellers don't mention that they're sellers in their profile. You want to find a software that they all have in common, and then use built with to build the list of leads. Rubble, in your experience, how many cold emails till you get a sale? I answered that. Is 50 emails a day too few? No, 50 emails a day is fine per inbox. So 50. When I first started cold email, 5-6 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, when we were doing X27, I was proud of myself for sending 20 emails a week. And it was hard. I was like, I got to write these 20 emails, dude. Screw this. Now people are sending 50 emails a day and think it's too few. 20 emails a week, I made $600,000. Maybe 40 emails. I was making $600,000 in 2 months. Like 50 emails a day is not too few. If you send 20 customized emails a week, you can still book a meeting. And the reason why I know this is anytime I want to get somebody to respond to my cold email, I won't send 50 cold emails. I'll be like, I want to meet, Mark Cuban. I want to get feedback from Mark Cuban. Let me write an email, and then he'll respond. And then they do. You can send one cold email. You don't have to send 50 a day. You don't even have to send 20 a week. Just send really good ones. That's all you need. Kelvin, do your tools allow me to set up manual tasks? Yeah. You can set up all the follow-ups and everything inside of Omni. Eric, how'd you meet your wife, and why'd you prefer someone not from your culture? I answered that already. Yerbal, how would you sell PR services to businesses? Who would be the best target? PR services to businesses. I would find a business that needs a lot of PR. Like who's paying for PR? And I would start, this is actually a good question for ChatGPT. Let's do a little ChatGPT AI work right now on this live stream, because we're cutting edge this way. How would you sell PR services to businesses? So step one, I'd go to ChatGPT and I would say, hey, what businesses spend the most on PR? And then just let it do its thing here. Let it think a little bit. This is GPT-4 is what I'm using. GPT-4 is acting a little slow right now. I think it's hardcore here. Hang on. But yeah, that's what I would do. Let's say ChatGPT isn't working. Actually, let's go one more time. What businesses? I have a backup if this doesn't work. What businesses spend the most on PR? All right. Backup is just use Google. What businesses spend the most on PR? And it's global advertising businesses, right? These type of companies spend the most on PR. Amazon, Google, Facebook. Hold on. So just do a little research, basically, is my answer. And I don't know why GPT-3 is not answering, but the answer that I have for you is Google around who's spending the most and then target those. So how would you sell PR services to businesses? So I Google it and I see, what businesses spend the most on PR, and it gives me a little list. Let's say it's the movie business. Then I'm like, okay, film companies are spending the most on PR. Okay, now what would I sell to them? Well, I'd sell them whatever they're doing, media placement, whatever, PR services. What are they spending on, right? Because let's say they're spending $10 billion a year on PR. Well, you don't need very much of that. You need one client, two clients to make a couple $1 million a year. So I would just look at what they're selling and what they're buying right now, and then clone that. Steve says, 6 months ago, I was selling my services for $99. Now we're selling for $2,500 and getting meetings daily. Thanks a lot for the course. Of course, bro. That's what we're in it for. Look at that. What is that? 2,500 divided by 99. You have increased your prices by 25x. 25x, dude. And now we all know, I know, this is only the beginning. I'm going to put that right in my testimonials folder. You and I know that is only the beginning of this journey for you. So I'm really excited, really excited for that and what's going to happen there. So really excited for that, and let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. Please do a meetup in Delhi. I want to meet you. Okay. I mean, we might have to. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of Delhi. How do you grow a digital marketing agency? Come up with an offer and send cold emails to those people and make it happen. That's it. Hold on. There. All right, keep the questions coming. I see a few more coming in. I'm going to give them 1 second. Okay, can you please explain about how to write sales emails for trust account auditing? Compliment, case study, call to action. Start with a compliment, then give a case study, and then have a call to action. That's my basic. I don't know anything about trust account auditing. I would have to do some more research. Best thing I would recommend to you is join Email 10K, and then I can dig in with you on our live calls here. Alex, the man, the myth, the legend. Thanks, bro. Morrowane, how do you grow a digital marketing agency? I feel like I just answered that. Can you please explain how to write sales emails for trust accounting? I got that. I'm a music producer and I make song instrumentals, and I'm going to start to send to singers on Instagram cold DMs. Could you record vocals on this instrumental? How could I get my responses? I would say, can you record vocals on this instrumental? What would I do? So make a list of rappers, and I would just say, like, I would actually just start with, like, hey, big fan of your work. Hey, big fan of your work. And then have the Instagram profile optimized for this. So, like, in your bio, it would say, I do rap instrumentals. I've worked with Sony or whatever, like whatever it is. And then make sure your bio is super optimized. Because when what's going to happen is these rappers are going to say, like, hey, I'm a big fan of what you do. Then they might click on your profile. They're going to click on your profile. They'll see what you offer. And then in the follow-up to that, you can say this. Could you record vocals on this instrumental? Or, hey, created this instrumental that fits your style. Would love to hear your voice on it. Something like that. Show us your henna. Yeah, bro. That's what I got. I got even my wife's name tattooed on me. Or not tattooed, hennaed on me. I don't believe in tattoos. These are going to be gone soon. We don't do tattoos in our family. Eric, best resources to learn digital marketing without spending anything or very little. I mean, you're on the YouTube, bro. Where you at? Just look at this YouTube channel. Just use the YouTube search box and ask it whatever you want. Best way to warm up an email, use OmniWarm. You know what? David's telling me that Marwan is how to spell that name. That's cool. Hold on 1 second. David's hitting me up and saying that the cold email call this week is going to be at 11:30. So I'm going to actually hop on email 10K. Looks like some people are waiting. So we'll jump on to the paid call. If you want the second half of this call, go on over to email10k.com. I'll talk to you in a couple minutes. Let's go. All right, guys, let's go. Sign up for Omni. If you want to send cold emails, omni.us, email10k.com if you want me to coach you. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming to the stream. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.